I wasn't going to talk about too much more American problems, but because I don't want to disturb the ecosystem of this app being so wonderful and peaceful. But I feel like there's a few things that needs to be said. That's my cat doing the most. But I think there's some things that need to be said about America. Um, I feel like America is infested with an illness of the brain. I'm a person who has struggled with mental illness most of my life, so I would know. But the mental illness of America, physical and mental illness of America, starts in what we consume, physically, what we consume. All the different chemicals and additives and all these different things that are added to our food. I don't believe it just affects our body. I know that it affects our minds. It affects how we see things, how we process things. I really think that the foods that we consume are, and the chemicals added to it are made to amplify our survival instinct, to amplify the anxiety, the depression, the fight or flight response within us. I really do believe that because I can always tell the difference when I'm eating like crap versus when I'm not. And also, a big thing, a really big thing, is the main reason why I'm not going back to TikTok and any of those other apps is the consumption of chaotic, polarizing, racist, um, aggressive, very hyper masculine, toxic masculine, violent content that we consume. I rarely watch Netflix. I don't know what Netflix is like in other people's countries, but has anybody really taken a look at Netflix? Netflix is filled with the most violent movies, TV shows. Almost every single movie has some sort of horrific violence, some sort of aggression, some sort of us against them. And I told my mom this a few years ago. Even cartoons from when we were kids, all of them all of them amplified this idea of a bully that didn't make it, like, it didn't make sense to me, like when I was a kid and even now, like, why is this person so mean? In every single United States, in every single American cartoon, there's this unnecessary aggression of a bully, these like things, these scenarios that are created to amplify the fight or flight response. And I noticed this one day, like when I was really anxious and feeling depressed and I didn't want to watch anything sad. I tend to watch a lot of cartoons because I want to feel nostalgic and happy. And I realized there was no cartoon that I could think of that did not have some sort of bully or some sort of aggressor or something that the main character had to constantly fight against. I'm like, yes, we have, nature has its moments of where you have to fight. But there's a lot of peaceful things in nature. There's a lot of moments where you don't have to fight for every second of the day. And us being humans, we shouldn't have to do that. We have the brains to not live a life like that. But all of our content is geared towards aggression, anger, bully, violence, all these different things. So for a lot of those reasons, I stopped watching all TV, pretty much all TV. Now, don't get me wrong. I do like an action movie every once in a while. I do like some anime. I do like vampires. I do like some of that some of the time, but I cannot watch it all of the time because it's so freaking toxic. So I tend to spend most of my time on the internet. I watch like YouTube videos and people that don't do all of that. But coming to this app has made me realize just how equally toxic TikTok and Instagram and all these different things have been. And coming here has been like a reset, like, oh yeah, life doesn't have to be that way. Like, things don't have to be so aggressive. And it really is, I believe, the mental illness of America that has been designed to keep us in this constant state. And we think about why don't things change? It's because people live like this every day, live in this fight or flight response every day. And when you're in that survival mode, you don't take the time to think. When you're running away, you're not thinking about, well, why am I running away? You're just afraid. You're running away. This is why America doesn't change, because most people live like this every single day.